Hello, everyone. Welcome to Morning Map once again, and I hope we're all having a great weekend out there. So we quickly want to look at what has transpired on the Nigeria Stock Exchange since the beginning of the year, and also consider what happened last week. Um, so looking at the year-to-date returns, from the beginning, for the first 3 days of the year till last Friday, we have Champion Breweries leading the chart with 150%. And that can be attributed to the takeover, the increase of stake by their parent company, Heineken. Heineken's have they have increased their stake, and investors feel that that could signal a more promising future for the company, and so retail investors. So from the volume, the turnover we could see only 70 million so far. So that shows that it is not the institutional investors dealing on champion rate. It must have been the retail investors, followed by livestock PLC, 63%. We'll know, so towards the end of this episode, we'll see why. BOC Gases, this is another company doing well, 59%. We feel, because no official statement, but it's possible that they are making good business from production or sales of oxygen gas. So we are all aware that oxygen is very crucial in treating COVID patients. So they normally supply industrial gas with CO2 and other nitrogen and other gases. So perhaps they are making good business from sales of oxygen. And so the lists, so top three, those are the top three, and on the top 20 chart, the list was Royal X, 25%. So that's what has happened so far. So out of this top 20, we could see the stocks that are really being traded by institutional investor. Top on that chart is WAPCO. They've done 8.6 billion turnover since beginning of the year. Adova, yes, Adova, the same thing, won about 1 billion. Of course, we heard, so most of us must have heard about their plan to take over NU filling station were nationwide. So I think investors responded positively to that news. Now, if we go to the turnover, we see, so turnover basically tells us two things. One, the liquid stock. So if a stock has very high turnover, meaning that if you need to sell, you're not going to wait long. Anytime you go to the market, you always going to have some stock or someone to sell or buy. So top on that chart, we have GT. Zenith Bank followed. So Waco on the third position, MTN top 4, Dangote Cement top 5. So these are the stocks that they are the heavy movers, and they are the ones attracting institutional investors. So we could see their various returns. I think, like we said in the last episode, WAPCO is the stock that has the highest, best balance of turnover as well as returns. So it's third in terms of turnover, and in terms of returns is actually first. So 40% on this chart. So that's from the beginning of the year to date, or month to date, if you like. So let's look at what transpired last week. So we start from turnover again. So this mirrors the last slide we looked at. Zenith Bank topping the chart, and there's a reason Zenith Bank will be topping right now. Zenith Bank has a decent dividends payment history, perhaps the best. I'm very sure the best in Nigeria so far. So this is the time that companies are declaring dividends. So people who are interested in dividends, they will be targeting Zenith. Of course, the dividend on Zenith is much more better than what anybody could earn from treasury bills and the likes. So in terms of turnover, Airtel is also on top of the chart. Guarantee, WAPCO, MTN. So this is, they are also telling us that, oh, this is where the heavy funds are going to, and it could be an indicator of future profits, because it means people are taking position on all these things. So, but one will now need to drill deeper to really know what's going on. So we're going to, on the gainers, just last week alone, Champion Breweries did 39% just in 5 trading days. Fixing followed, 28%. Mayor and Baker followed. So we have JB on the fifth position. And so the list on this chart top 20 gainers, that's MTN 6%. So there's something interesting on this chart right now. You observe that Fitzin and May and Baker, they occupied the second and third position respectively. So what happened? What could have triggered this? So if you look further, let's look at their price movement charts. So uh, this line represents Fitzin, and this other one represents May and Baker. So you will see that towards, and this is a 3 month chart from October till date. So you will see that these stocks, I mean, their prices fell sometimes in January, right? You could see the dip, both of them almost the same pattern. You could see the dip, and from then it went and came up again. So this was what we so what actually happened was a price recovery. Price fell down for no reason whatsoever, and of course, based on the principle of mean reversion. So in almost in everything tend to always go back to the middle. Mean means middle or average. So it could go up, it could go down, but over the long run, they will always come back to the middle. So it's coming back to where it was, I mean, the two stocks. So this is also an indicator that sometimes when you listen to financial news and they tell you, oh, this company, they lost 10%, 20%, it may also be an opportunity. So it's not always bad news, right? It's not always bad news. So it may also be an opportunity that, okay, by the time the price is recovering back to where it was, and there'll be an opportunity for investors, So that's what happened. So now we look at the losers. Week 4, top loser Veritas Cap 25%, Soro Insurance, Academy, Transcorp. So for based on what we just explained about what happened to the pharma stocks, May and Baker and Fitzin, so sometimes, in fact, we need to be looking at the stocks that lost value during the week. So once we are very sure that the loss in value wasn't due to maybe fraud, or they didn't make good profit or anything, so we are very sure that it was just the market, being the market. I mean, nobody controls the market. It's the market that tells us what to do. We don't give instruction to the market, because the market comprises of many players, and you cannot control anybody. People do whatever they like. Some people will sell and buy because they want to pay school fees. Some people will sell and buy because they want to travel abroad. Some people will sell and buy because they want to set money aside. So all the interplay of all these dynamics is what we see on the market, and we cannot fight that. So sometimes when you say top loser, it may be an indicator of of opportunity, but you also need to do further research to know why that is. So the market highlights, we're talking about livestock PLC the other time. I mean, the news that could probably have affected the movement of one or two stocks. So we could see livestock posted a fantastic financial performance for year 2020. So their profit grew by 232%, and so no surprise that they are now occupying a top position in terms of a top 5 position in terms of returns. So also Mansard also grew their profit by 47%. So sometimes, many times, the market responds to profitable news like this. So that is that. So these are the top lines. To drill down to really be sure of what is transpiring, we always encourage our viewers to join our mentoring program, IMAP. Over a year, it's a program that spans over a year period, and what that does is that there'll be a lot of repetition. So because repetition helps, it really cements this knowledge in our mind. So every time these things happen, we talk about it, we look at the various scenarios, and everybody over that period, everybody will emerge as someone who could understand all these, all these movement up and down the market, and it will have a structure in our mind. If we don't have that kind of background, everything will just like, what is this? All this movement will be so confusing, but there's a structure around everything that goes on, and this is an opportunity. IMAP is a platform where we come together, ask our question, and understand the real structure behind everything we see. Thank you very much. Please share, comment. We want to hear your feedback. We want to hear from you. If you think we said something that is not right, please feel free to give us that feedback and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much.